So if you use this stuff, this is hot melt adhesive, then we've got some top tips for you today to keep your production running the most efficient it can. So the first one is about the temperature of your hot melts. You can see on here that you've got three different temperatures, 120 degrees, 160 degrees, 180 degrees. And when the guys heat them continuously for 7 days, you can see you get much different rates of degradation. 7 days of continuous heating at 120 degrees, there's only 0.4% increase in viscosity, so very little change in viscosity. At 160 degrees, it increases by 8.5%, and 180 degrees, you can see it increases by 9.8%. So if you keep your application temperatures down as low as possible, you'll reduce the level of char and degradation. You can see this one chars and degrades much quicker. You'll start getting block nozzles around sort of day 4, day 5 on these adhesives. So use your standby button. You can see over here there's a button. This is off a Nordson tank, but the same buttons are seen on most hot melt applicators. And what this does is when you press the button, it will drop all the temperatures down to about 75% of what they are set at. If you're running at 100 degrees, it'll drop it down to 75 degrees. So it'll reduce the level of degradation and charring. Eliminate foreign bodies getting in the adhesive. Your adhesive will probably be going through a hose or a nozzle that looks like this. And you can see it is very, very small. The orifice is very, very fine. Only needs a very small amount of cardboard or debris to get into the tanks. Once it gets into the tanks, then that's going to block this nozzle and that's going to cause downtime. So you need to eliminate foreign bodies getting into the adhesive, keep it in a clean storage bin with a lid, and then it'll stop it getting into the tank. That'll stop it blocking the hoses and the nozzles. Use a maintenance plan. So if you've got hot melt tanks and hoses and nozzles, then they probably have inline filters. Look at replacing the filters every 3 to 6 months and do it on a consistent basis to reduce the level of unplanned maintenance, because nobody likes unplanned maintenance, do they? Especially engineers. Review your technology. So you can see on here there's 3 different lines of adhesive. This is generation 1, you can see it's quite dark. Generation 4, which is more recent. Generation 6, which is the latest technology in hot melt. Generation 1, you can see if you heat it continuously, this is 7 days of heating, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It increases in viscosity by 146%. That's a massive increase. Now, generation 4 is much better because you can see it's white, starts off white. You only get 9% increase in viscosity. Generation 6 is white as well, and that only increases by 1.6%. Now those numbers don't seem like a big number, but that translates into downtime and block nozzles when you've got high percent of viscosity change. So it's a good time now to review the technology you're working with and see if you've still been using the same one for 5 years. It's likely that there's better technology. It doesn't have to be more expensive, and it can save you a lot of downtime. To follow us for more top tips on how to optimize your triple P.